Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be continuing on with our SwiftUI programming tutorial series. And in this particular tutorial we are going to be taking a look at the label view as well as SF symbols. So let's first talk about what SF symbols are, and we'll take a look at the SF symbols app on macOS so we can kind of see exactly some of the kinds of symbols that we can use. Now, SF symbols is Apple's built-in set of symbols that can be used on all of Apple's platforms, not just macOS or iOS, but all of the platforms Apple supports. And it gets constantly updated every single year around WWDC time. In fact, I have no doubt that in the middle of this series, when WWDC inevitably happens, there will be some new symbols added, and there will be some new SwiftUI features added that I'm going to make videos on at some point. Not that the series isn't long enough as it is, but I do it for you guys. So let's go ahead and open up SF symbols. Now, if you want to get this application, and I highly recommend that you do if you want to build apps for Apple's platforms, you can go into Safari, Chrome, Firefox, whatever your browser is, and on the Apple developer website, go ahead and do a Google for Apple developer SF symbols, and you should find it. But you can see that there are so many different kinds of categories, such as commerce, shapes, person, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of categories that you can take a look at. In this particular video, the symbol that we are going to use. Let's see, it should be, I want the table here. We are going to have, we're going to do devices. So we'll select that. And inside of our collection here, you can see we have so many different things here. We'll take a look at keyboard fill. So we are going to go ahead and I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to copy the name, and that's it. So we're going to need this name here in a second, but choose any SF symbol you want. Okay, any symbol, it doesn't matter. However, keep note that if there is if there's an info icon, it looks like a circle with an I in it, click that and you'll be able to see in what scenarios you are allowed to use the symbol, because if you're not allowed to use the symbol in a certain scenario, that means, that means when you release an app, make sure that you're not using that symbol. If you're using that symbol, make sure you're not using it in a restricted context. Okay, so in Xcode, not QuickTime. In Xcode previously, we just had a Hello SwiftUI text view, and this is what it looked like in the simulator. Pretty bland, pretty simple, right? But we can spruce this up slightly by using a label view. And we want content view. And we can get rid of our text here, like that. And then inside of our body, we can say capital L, label. And for label, we have so many other ones here. So many other initializers that we can take a look at. But the one we want is we want the title, and I believe it's system name. So let's take a look at some of these here. No. Okay. Label. Okay. We want the we just want the text, and then it should be system image. That's what it is. So for system image, inside of quotation marks, we're going to paste the name that we copied from SF Symbols. So keyboard.fill. And let's go ahead and give this label some text. We'll say, we'll just say capital K-E-Y board, keyboard. There we go. So now if we save this and we run our code, yes, I want to replace it. Okay, build succeeded. And then inside of the simulator, we get something different. And that is we get keyboard, but we also have that little keyboard icon to the left of it. Now, there are many things you can do with a label, such as you can hide the text of the label. Excuse me. You can hide the text of the label, you can make it bigger, you can change the foreground style, the background. You can do all kinds of stuff with a label. But the most basic thing you can do with a label is have text and an icon with it. This is especially useful if you want a button that has text and an image, or you want to make sure that you have a button that's just an image, but you also want it to be accessible to a screen reader, for example. And so you want to keep the textual label but not have it visible to the user, right? We'll talk a little bit about that as we take a look at buttons later. But that's really it for labels. Thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.